out so that I could purchase with a mortgage the place in Hove. And I took, advice on that, and I relied on that legal advice that I received that said that I was liable to pay the standard stamp duty. Subsequently to that, with all of the media reports that have been coming out, I took expert counsel advice on all of my affairs to ensure that everything was done proper. And that expert counsel said that the advice that I received was inaccurate because of the trust. I don't own the property, that is true. I only own one property that is mortgaged, like most people. But because of the nature of the trust that was set up by the court, that I would be liable to pay the additional stamp duty. As soon as I knew that that was the case, I have alerted and referred myself to the independent advisor on the ministerial code to ensure that they can look transparently at what's happened, and also contacted HMRC to say that there is additional tax owing on this and that I'm prepared to pay that and fully comply with the HMRC as well.
So the accusations that you didn't pay enough stamp duty on Hove, they're actually accurate, you didn't?
They are accurate, but they're accurate in a different sense. I think the accusations were that I'd set up a trust or I'd flipped it to try and avoid paying it, but actually the complex area of the trust, which the advice that I relied upon didn't pick that up. The leading tax counsel, who has subsequently looked at it, has gone into that and has said that actually because of that, it did remain my sole property. And the trust wasn't set up, as accusations have been made, for me to try and flip.
In your statement here, and it's a very long, detailed statement, and it is extremely complicated, you say, I deeply regret the error has been made. I'm committed to resolving the matter, and I have referred myself to the independent advisor on ministerial standards. Just two more follows up for that. Did you consider resigning over this?
I've been in shock, really, because I thought I'd done everything proper and I'd relied on the advice that I received. And I'm devastated because I've always upheld the rules and always have done and always felt proud to do that. I feel, that it is devastating for me. And the fact that the reason why those confidentiality clauses are in place was to protect my son, who, through no fault of his own, he's vulnerable, he's got this life-changing, lifelong conditions, and I don't want him or anything to do with his day-to-day life to be subjected to that level of scrutiny, because it's his and my ex-husband. It's not fair on them. Often my family are dragged in because of what my role is and what I do, but I try to uphold the highest standards, and that's why I've referred myself, so that the independent advisor can look at everything. He can look at all of the details of what's gone on.
You talked about how hard it was to disclose this. Was there a moment as a mum, not as Angie Rayner, the Deputy Prime Minister, where you thought, I'd rather just quit this than have to actually explain about my son who I'm trying to protect? Did you think about